So hello everyone, this is Atul from Be Practical Tech Solution. So you can see on the screen that I have one array. What I have to do is like here, we need to print all the even numbers on the left hand side and all the odd numbers to the right hand side. So it means that we can need to put all the even numbers combined and the odd numbers combined. So we have already given one array. Now we have to write the code. Before start writing the code, let's try to understand what can be the logic, what logic we can apply here in order to find out the solution. So since we have to put all the this even numbers on one side, so let's say that I am going to have one array where the first some indexes needs to be filled with only even numbers, right? So in that case, then I need to find out like how many even numbers are there in this array. So what we can do is like, what if we will get the count of the total even numbers, and up to that count, I will put all the numbers which is a modulus 2 equals to 0, that is exactly the even numbers. I will put that numbers up to that count. Okay, and from that count to the up to the length minus 1 array, I will put the remaining elements. So this is going to be the one of the most easiest way in order to solve this problem. So let me show you that one. So here, let me create one function as a public static. And now let's say this is going to return me one array. Okay, the that resultant array. Okay, now here, what function name we can write? Okay, let's say write separate even odd. And here I'm going to pass one array. Pass one array. We can also pass the length, or not required. We can anyway, it's up to you. So I will directly call the function. Now here I'm going to create one temporary array, and the length of this array is going to be exactly same as the length of this array which we are passing. So new int, and here I'm going to pass array dot length. So this much of element also this temp variable temp array can store. Now here, as I told you, first what we are going to do, I will get the count of all the even numbers from this given array. So let's say int count is equals to get count. Let me create one separate function which is going to give me the sum of all the count of even numbers. So get count, and here I'm going to pass one array. So you can see this, I'm getting the error because we don't have any function called as get count. So let me create a function called as a get count, which is going to simply return me the total number of even numbers. So here, let's say int count is equals to 0. Now here I'm going to use the enhanced for loop. So for int element, and here the array we are iterating over, and here if the element which we are reading currently, it's a modulus 2 is equals to 0, then simply I will increment the count. This will give me the total number of counts of even numbers, right? So at the end, I will just return the count. Fine. Now, this will give me the total number of counts. So now here, now let me create, because now inside this temporary array, I have to, what is the logic here is like, I have to put the even numbers from the index position 0 up to count, right? Because up to count minus 1. Why? Because here index position starts with a 0, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So up to 0 to 3, I have to fill with the value with the even numbers. So let me create a one variable int even count is equals to 0. Okay, and let's say int odd count. This is going to be start from the index position, which is nothing but the value of count. Okay, so now here what I can do, Again, let me run the code. Use the for loop. Int I is equals to 0. Okay. Then I less than array dot length. This many iterations I need. Then I plus plus. Now here, I'm going to check in this element. If array of I modulus 2 is equals to 0, then in that case, what we have to do, temp of even count, okay, even count is equals to array of I, like this. Okay, now one thing we have to make sure that each time when it is reading the element, it also has to increment the value of this even count. So what I will do, I will post increment. First put the value and then increment. Otherwise, or again, I'm going to check if that array of I modulus 2 is equals to 1, then in that case, I can have the temp at that position from where. So what is the position of odd count variable? So that one, again, it will, after assigning, it has to increment is equals to array of I. Simple, right? So now here, what at the end, what should I return? I just return that temp. Return this temp. That's it. Okay. So now here, let me call that function. The sum function is separate even odd. I'm going to pass this array. And now I'm going to store it this one because it is returning me one array. So I'm going to store it in one resultant array, anything, any name we can put it. Let's say result. Okay. Now simply I will just iterate again using the enhanced for loop. Int data colon result. So yes, OUT. Here inside it, let's write data plus give some space. Save it. Now let's run this code. Now you can see this, we are getting in the same insertion order, like the way it is there inside the original array. Now 12, 70, 22, 90, and then 17, 50, 65, and 21. So this is how it works. So let me tell you one more time. Here, what we have to do, we have to put all the even numbers on the one side and all the odd numbers on the another side. So now here, the easiest way is like, I can just count the number of events. Okay, in the given array, I will just try to find out how many even numbers are there. Now, I'll just get it like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it means that the four even numbers are, 4 are the even numbers. So it means that the first 4 places should be filled with only with these even numbers. So what I have done here is like, I just got the count. So it after 4th position, okay, so it means that after 4th position, the remaining needs to be filled with the odd number, because I know already, because from where I have to start for the even numbers, from the 0. So 0 to whatever the total number of even numbers are there, it has to be put it inside the temp variable. From 0 to the total count is 4. So 0 to 3, all the even numbers are going to be placed. And from position 4 to end up to the array, end of the array, we are going to fill it with the even numbers. So now here, you can see, I'm just checking every numbers. And at the same time, I'm incrementing, first assigning, because this is a post increment. So what we are doing, first reading the value, if it is an even number. So I'm getting the position because even count is 0. Start from the 0. So at the 0 position, the first even number is going to be placed. Then it will increment the count of the value of even count. Similarly, for the same thing, for if it is an odd number, then it has to start from the index position odd count. Odd count is nothing but the position 4. That is, I'm getting from the from this function get count. Okay, so like this only we can easily solve the problem. So this the same approach you can solve with the other problems. Let's say, for example, if I have to place all the 0, 1, and 2 in the same order, so I can use the same concept. So it will be just take the count and try to find out if you get the count, so you will get that up to how many index positions I have to put the 0. Again, I from where to where I have to put the ones, and the remaining places too. So count just I think that it is going to be one of the most easiest way to solve this problem. So hope you guys got this concept and understand that how we have written the code. So if you guys have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, fine. So thank you guys. Hope you guys understand the concept. See you in another day. Thank you.